Alrighty. And what's neat now, if we remember that we've got active palms now, we not only have palm flames and palm lotuses, but we have plasma mittens. And even if you don't feel them yet, they are there. It just takes a while of intensity for them to build enough to feel the pop. So they are there. With our plasma mittens, when we do the thing in the pool, where we're going to be holding hands again, and again on our lone harmonic, so nobody else's plasma goes into anybody else's body. These levels of plasmas won't, they don't allow that to happen. But we're going to, when we're doing, even by ourselves, when we're doing the motions, when we do, say, the clear, raise the rod, right? And then flow. We're flowing plasmas when we're doing it. So we're actually creating structures. It's also giving instructions to our existing MarkhetU're fields. And as we're bringing the healing frequencies up from here, we're actually directing the whole system. It's starting to stretch out those pieces that are phase locked and starting to set it free. So there's a lot of levels to the linguistic programmings, the linguistics with movement. We'll speak more about that tomorrow when we get into something called entrainment, and it has to do with synchronizing vibrations, and there's various levels, types of entrainment. One is brainwave entrainment, and part of what we will do in tomorrow's session, there are, first we have clear and flow. We have 3 more that we'll do today on the R. We'll see what they are, and then there's 3 more tomorrow that we'll do on the E. So there's 3 R words and there's 3 E words. They each are a form of brevity encryption that gives commands of shift to different areas of your MarkhetU're fields. And the shifts we are working with now are the ones to open the natural plasma body flows and to begin to clear out that mutation. So we get to have more of our manifestation power back. So clear flow, which is the inhale clear, exhale flow. Next one, please. And these start the process of clearing the RAS structures in the brain. So you have, I'll do them again, yeah. Clear, inhale, exhale flow, reveal. What's the next one? I'm just learning them too. Reveal, which is resolve, exhale, and release. And there'll be 3 more that we use tomorrow, but we have to get these set first, and then you can just bring it back down, flow. Yeah, I'm still learning it too, so if I go, what was the word again? For a while there, I was getting these 2 were flipping on me all the time. It was like I get that one first. I don't know why my brain was doing that. But yeah, I'll do them again.
Can you fit one more?
Yep, if I'd had time, I would have drawn the little stick figures, which I'm still planning to do by tomorrow, hopefully, so you'll have them. All right, so we start with our clear. Inhale, clear. And then exhale, flow. Inhale, reveal. Exhale, resolve. And inhale, release. And exhale. So if we can begin moving these, just like the tie yourself in knots chi stuff that's out there from the ancient times, these movements begin to direct the plasmas through the body in the appropriate ways. And there's basically 8 steps to it. You have the first 2, the clear and flow. Then you have this set of 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8. So they have to do with the suns as well, the sun frequencies. So if we can begin to learn to synchronize, first like learn them ourselves, and then learn to synchronize. Did you ever watch Tai Chi people, for instance, where you'll have like 100 of them, and they're all perfectly moving in synchronization? That is the kind of movement that you can create group creations with, where you learn to direct the energy in synchronization with each other, and you get an amplification factor. The greater in sync or in entrainment you become with each other, the stronger the energy field you build. And if you want to, say, help manifest something for, planetary healing, and you have a clear idea, and there's other things you have to get, like how to get a clear idea and how to encrypt that, and then to energize it and magnetize it and set it in the templates as a group. This is the beginning, where you learn to first synchronize with yourself and then learn to do it in groups. So what we'd like to do when we go out to the pool tonight, they're going to do an activation that they want us to stand in the water. We don't, like I said, we don't have to swim or get, our whole bodies wet or anything. But they'd like us to go into the sets of 12 people. It doesn't have to be the same set either. If you want to, if it, different people, just so you can get yourselves into groups of 12. Hopefully we can fit you all in the pool at the same time. If not, that's all right. They'll just run they're going to run a frequency set twice. And they'll let us know where to start with it out there. Let me see if they give me a clue here. All right. They're going to have us start like where we stand a little bit far enough apart where we can do our movements, where we can do our, let's see, clear, flow, reveal, resolve, release. Yeah, I have a feeling though, because I don't want to get in trouble with the hotel, when we do the release, just do it quietly. Okay, so we're not like, right? Yeah. And there's a song that tomorrow, and it has quite a fast beat, and it's not a great song or anything. It's a tonal song. It's an important encrypted song, and unfortunately for all of us, especially you, it's something that came through me. So you have to listen to me sing it, right? And it's not that great, but it has a particular beat to it and things that they're gonna. Once we learn how to do these slow, then we learn how to do them fast. Can you imagine doing this to the happy song and stuff, right? Start feeling like a traffic cop. That kind of thing. So these are the beginning set of learning the what are they calling them? They have to do with that was a big word. It has to do with the plasmantic applications that go with the TrhU'ah complex. That one, yeah. So these are just the beginning movements, but they also will stretch the frequencies that are now beginning to release in our sac and our third chakra, begin to release that, and it will start to untie the knots that are in that area, and that will progressively, because we have what they identified a while back as the blood crystal sacs that are in that area. So it will begin encrypting the frequencies of the chi wave frequencies of the EFFI into your blood and those kind of things. And again, of course, all of this is only theoretical. Yeah. I choose to believe it's true. If you don't believe it's true, that's okay. Just play with plasma some more. Convince yourself, right? So, let's see. Is there anything else? I'll just touch on one little bit more of... I'll actually show you the words. Let's put the other one up. These are the words we'll be using tomorrow, but they won't show us the gestures right now. Engage, entrain, embody. And entrain, we're going to talk about first and see a bit more about what does that word really mean and how are they using it, because it's a very powerful word. That's the one that has to do with synchronization. And so we'll look at those words tomorrow. You can even use it just as a mantra, even if you're not doing the actions, and it will begin, especially if you set the actions in already, it will begin to circulate the energy in those ways. It's an energy circulation system that begins turning on and moving out of that mutated form to begin running the integral bridge frequencies through the layers of the moment fragment layer of consciousness that will eventually start to harmonize them and bring them back into natural order. So let's see. Yeah, when we go out to the pool, they're going to do something from the libraries. They're going to, from the Austria, Elisa, Alhambra, Crystal Disc Lending Libraries of Ari-Yon'Ah. So you have the EFFI libraries above them that we got the keys for the other two nights, and they're going to bring them down now through the Ari-Yon'Ah libraries as well, which are those big ones with the Alhambra crystal disk libraries. And they're going to show us how to do something with that. So we've already done the part of App 3, the switchboard. There's another part to this as well. Are you going to do that in here or out there? I'm asking them. Okay, they said we can do part of it in here, and we'll do part of it when we go out. It'll be something that happens automatically with the activation. But they're saying, imagine that you can sense a plane of plasma, almost like a pane of glass, running through your body this way, as if you were cut in half by it, this way, front to back, right? So it's like a big plane of glass plasma, right, running through, which means you're kind of cross-sectioned where you have a front half and a back half, right? Imagine that the front half is covered with these little circles that would be like the female end of receiver plugs. You know how you have like headphone plugs and things, and you have the female that has the whole end, and you have the pointy thing coming from the what they call the male end. Well, imagine there's a whole set running down the one side of this plasma glass slice between you that are the male plugs, and the whole set in the front that are female. Try to sense that plane of glass, and on the front part of it, facing backward, are the female holes, and on the back part, facing forward, are the male prong things going out into the female holes. They're saying, inhale into the sac. And then when you exhale, imagine you're filling that whole glass plane of plasma with the frequencies from the integral bridge that are starting to come in now. And as that happens, imagine the plugs unplug. And you could feel them kind of going pop, 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 pop. Try to sense now. There should be a release of tension a bit in the limbic system, in the goat brain, because certain ones of these, and these will come up in layers, they have to do with being plugged into artificial things that give you an artificial past. And you can now just breathe in from where those things have been unplugged, and the male ones were moved back off and just kind of disappeared. Just breathe down from your Elysian flame and bring in the frequencies, bring kind of down and up breath, 2-point breath, and fill those holes with the Elysian frequencies, and also with the integral bridge frequencies coming in. And sense the feeling of relief that will spread through your nervous system when you do that. You can use this technique whenever you're feeling tense, and you can actually do this unplug, and it will take another layer of that artificial history programming off of you. So don't be surprised if you get a weird tension, and it tends to come up from the back, like from the back side of you. It's still inside of you, in your core, but it comes up more from the back side, and it's almost like a sneaking, creepy feeling that makes you feel scared or tense or nervous or agitated or that kind of thing. That's when those templates, the MarkhetU're fields, are beginning to release part of their false templating that was before. It was sitting in there, and it was actually outpicturing into your hologram, creating more of the same mess of karma that you might have had from other lifetimes. We also hold a piece of our parents and our ancestral imprints in our fields. So when you look at your manifestations and you go, this is not what I'm trying to manifest, you might be manifesting something from your great-great-great-great-grandmother's pattern. So we're manifesting our ancestral pattern as we walk through it. And as these come up, now that we are activating these fields, these things will come up, but we can clear them before they go into an active manifestation. Otherwise, most people walk through life and go, well, I'm using the law of manifestation, and yeah, sometimes I do actually get what I want, and it's great. I can manifest myself a feather on the ground. I can manifest myself sometimes some good stuff that's not too bad. But what is this other craziness that happens in my life? How am I manifesting that? And there's a twist in the law of manifestation stuff, or the law of attraction, that you're making it all happen. Well, it's all happening through you, yes. Your fields are making whatever you're seeing happen. However, you're not in control yet of what your fields are programming out there. So that whole like, oh, well, you know, I was 4 years old and I got raped. Well, you did that. That's nonsense with the law of attraction stuff. And what it is somewhere in the ancestral imprint, you ended up with an imprint that drew that to you. But you didn't choose that on a conscious level. So when we start working with these templates, with the MarkhetU're fields, we can begin to scrape off that imprint before it becomes another walking nightmare. We'll see in somewhere in the rest of the program. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow because I think it's quite complicated stuff that'll probably take consolidating another couple sessions to get to where I can get the diagramming done from it. But there's one, and I'm not sure if it's the second one, the second level of the mutation, or the third. I think it's the second level, and I think that goes with the green, let's call it the green reversal, where it actually creates a loop instead of what should be natural flow. So it creates a loop where you keep repeating the same patterns over and over and over and over and over again. And it's because of the distortion in the fields at that particular angle. You start to see past, future, past, future, past, future, all the same. It just keeps manifesting itself. And then there's another one, the last distortion part of it, where you still get that, but you also get that space where there is no past and no future. You just get a disconnected now. And as far as the state of consciousness, and there's some teachings out there that are actually trying to get you to think that's okay. And, well, it's okay if you want to be in that state, but it's not the greatest state there is. So anyway, there's a lot more things to learn about how these templates work, how the MarkhetU're fields work. And it gets fascinating when we start to realize it controls, these fields control our perception of time and time and space, as well as our manifestation within it. So if we're going to learn how to manifest better, we first have to manifest ourselves, the health of our systems back, so our manifestations don't get caught in the loops of these mutations. And that's what we're going to learn some more about tomorrow. And the big picture for the Dream Masters vision is to assist the planet, to be midwives to this planet as YhU-RhA births through, as its authentic, eternal authentic self progressively comes through. It's birthing with us because these changes that are just happening now in the planetary core, where it's Ari-Yon'Ah sac is opening and beginning this process, and that's why the frequencies are available to us. So it's a really exciting process.